Hello, Ayush.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So let's start your interview, right? Introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Aayush Srivastava. I have done my schooling from DPS Faridabad. I have done BTech in Mechanical Engineering from IIT BHU Varanasi. So my hobbies include playing chess and reading self-help books. So throughout my life, I have been interested in learning, and I am a regional mathematics Olympiad awardee. I have cleared the national standard examination on physics, and sir, I'm also a KVPY scholar.
Okay, okay. So, Ayush, as you have mentioned that you have done your BTech from the IIT, right? It is one of the premier institute in our country, IIT BHU, right? That too in a very technical field, that is in a mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Then, why didn't you opted for to go in mechanical engineering job?
Sir, I did not want a job that was restricted to one specific field per se. The civil services provided me more diverse and challenging kinds of jobs. And sir, also my father is also a government servant. He is a deputy secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs. So seeing him work for the government and what kind of work you can contribute for, that inspired me to join the civil services, sir.
So don't you think so that IIT you have wasted one of the seats? If you really want to go into the civil services, you can just pursue the any of the humanities subject.
That is true, sir. But from what I believe is, sir, that the knowledge that I have gained from IITs and the technical knowledge and the technical thinking capacities that will help in administration as well. So nowadays, a lot of interdisciplinary fields are also coming up, and in administration also a lot of technological capacity is needed. So that way, my degree can be used, sir.
Okay, supposedly that you won't get the executive post, that you will get any of the allied jobs,
Yes, sir.
right? So it will not be in that kind of a manner. It doesn't have that kind of a functions to be performed because it is basically restricted to one field only.
Yes, sir.
But you want to, do some kind of a job that have a different functions to perform, then you will leave that job.
Sir, if allotted a allied job, I'll try my best and I'll do my best in that job only. Um, but yes, sir, my core objective was to join the executive branches. But even if I'm allotted the allied branches, I'll do my best, sir, in those as well.
You won't leave it, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Ayush, recently the as from the recently from the 2 3 years or down the line, from not exactly 2 3 years, but there are recent cases that the Supreme Court judges, right, they
Yes,
take the off retirement jobs, and there
yes,
is an increased instances. Recently, the lastly, the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of India, Shri Ranjan Gogoi, opted to contest the election on the Rajya Sabha seat. Do you think so that it won't amount to that kind of a breach of trust and the independence of judiciary? Don't you think so that it will feel that it will get threatened by taking the post-retirement assignments?
sir, there have been allegations, but sir, firstly, it is not constitutionally invalid, and sir, there is no law. The only law is that no further judicial job can be taken. Secondly, sir, from what I believe is that if the judges their experience can be used in the legislative functions as well, there is a possibility that a cooling off period can be decided for example 2 to 3 years. But after that the judges their experience can be well utilized in the legislature and executive fields because they have a lot of experience, sir.
But this is the main framework, right? This is among the basic structure to separate the judiciary from the legislature.
Yes,
But
sir.
they are doing the, don't you think so? When they'll be, the politician can promise them that if you walk along or with the government and give the few major decision in our favor, then we will give you the post-retirement job. So don't
Sir,
you think so that it will, create some kind of a mismanagement and the in the judiciary?
there is a possibility, but we have to trust the ethics of the judges as well. And moreover, a cooling off period can be taken. For example, a 1 to 2 year period cooling off period. But after that, employment in any of the field should be given access to them, sir.
Okay. Uh, Are you aware of the Manipur issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please tell us about that.
Sir, Manipur, the issue is basically a historical issue between the Nagas, the Kukis, and the Metis community. There are two separate geographical regions in Manipur. The valley region, which is 10% of the area, where the Metis live, who are predominantly Hindus and some are Muslims, while the surrounding area is inhabited by the tribals, such as the Nagas and the Kukis. So most of the political representation, of about 66%, comes from the Metis community. So there has been a sense of relative deprivation between the communities, that the Metis community is stronger. And the trigger event was that the High Court said that the ST status may be granted to the Metis community as well. So this spurred a lot of ethnic violence in Manipur, and right now the internet has been suspended, and Article 355 has been um, extended to Manipur, sir.
Okay. What is the provision to suspend the internet in any of the state, any of the district, any of the area around the country?
Sir, there's the Indian Technology IT Act, based on which the government suspends.
Okay, with the order of whom?
So the president.
The president.
Sir, in states, the governor, I guess. Sir, I'm not sure, sir. Sorry.
Okay. So, don't you think so that state government failed in controlling the ethnic violence despite of having so much resources at their disposal in controlling the violence in the Manipur? Should the center intervene at this point of time directly to control the ongoing violence over there?
Sir, AFSPA has been extended to some parts where the violence is a lot. And, sir, the state government has failed in some sense because uh, a lot of students also were harmed in these violences, sir. And even after the internet suspension, the violence has not stopped. As to the center's intervention, sir, from what I read in the newspaper today, that the violence has stopped in a lot of regions, and internet has been resumed in most of the regions, sir. So I do not believe that right now the center has to intervene, but the state machinery might be sufficient right now, sir.
But you are apart from this, but you just said that state government have failed.
So they failed in stopping the violence completely, but now they have resumed and they have controlled the situation a lot, sir.
Okay. Uh, as you are appearing for the Haryana Civil Services,
Yes, sir.
right, for the interview, right? So you must be aware of this thing that Haryana was very much in the lower ladder of the lower sex ratio around the world, around our country, India, right? So, you know about the regions Mewat and Gurgaon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you aware of this thing that Mewat have the lowest literacy level
Yes, sir.
and the highest literacy level is in
Gurgaon.
Gurugram, sorry.
Yes, sir.
It's now Gurugram, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So where is the lowest sex ratio in Haryana?
Sir, in Faridabad district, sir.
In the Faridabad district.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the highest sex ratio?
Sir, in Nu region, Mewar.
Why is it so? Don't you think so that people say that with the coming of education that people get more progressive, but Nu and the Mewat area is have very low on the literacy level. But despite being on the low on the level, they have a very good sex ratio. And Faridabad being a progressive district with all the literacy level higher up in the hierarchy, they still have a lower sex ratio.
Sir, in Faridabad, the reason for low sex ratio is also migration, sir, because it lies in the NCR region, and a lot of people, mainly the males, have come and resided here in order for the industrial jobs. And sir, the reason for Nu being the highest sex ratio, it is historical, sir. Historically, the region had more women, and that is the reason, sir.
Region, okay. How many out of the population percentage of the women in that area? You are
Sir,
saying women are there, reside there.
906 is the sex ratio in Nu region, sir.
I'm not asking about the sex ratio. You are saying na there are more number of women in that area.
Sir, with respect to Faridabad, sir.
You are talking about that. You have given the reason for the higher sex ratio in the Nu region that you have said just that women are there more in number than the men.
Sir, I meant that women are more than Faridabad region historically in Noor region, sir.
Okay. Any other reason? Any other reasons?
Sir, one reason I can think of is that since Noor is a predominantly agricultural region, and so women labor force is also needed there for agricultural labor. So that might be one reason, sir.
No region is predominantly agriculture region. Okay, I have a question here.
Yes,
Haryana itself is an agrarian state.
yes.
So is the labor, female labor not required there?
Sir, I'm not sure of the exact reason why the new gender ratio is higher than the other districts,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Just admit that I need to read about it. No
Sir,
need of guesswork. Okay. I think my last question to you is that recently the ongoing Nobel prizes are being, distributed.
yes, sir.
Okay. The Nobel Prize in Literature was recently been given to for 2023.
Sir, a Norwegian writer was given. I'm not sure of the name, sir.
Okay, okay. And as you have mentioned that you have a chess as your hobby, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you name a player for us who have won all the three formats in the chess?
Sir Vishwanathan Anand, sir.
Okay. Okay, Ayush, I'm done, sir. Now, Lapri sir will ask you the question. Okay,
Thank.
Ayush, you are also having hobby of reading self-help books.
Yes, sir.
So, what was the last book that you read?
So the last book I read was A Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
Okay. So, what did you learn from that book?
Sir, it was a very inspiring book. Viktor Frankl was caught in the Auschwitz German Nazi camps. So there he tells that what is the actual utility of human emotions, love, relationships, the love for nature. So he says that these are more important for human life and meaning than the material aspects. Sir. So that has given me a lot of eye opening.
Okay. So, who is your favorite writer among self-help books?
So my favorite writer is Robin Sharma, sir.
Okay. Fine, fine. Okay, you are also playing chess as an hobby.
Yes, sir.
So, what in your real life do you learn from chess?
Sir, Sir, from chess, I believe that the most important lesson is the importance of decision making. Because in chess, in every move we have to calculate, and we have a limited set of resources, and we have to also calculate the opponent's moves. And within 2 to 3 decisions, we can lose the game. So it shows the importance of our decisions in life as well, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, unemployment in Haryana is one of the highest in recent government surveys.
Yes.
What is the prime reason for that? And what is, okay, first tell me what are the reasons?
Sir, one reason that the Haryana government has cited is that a lot of migration into Haryana has come. So that has led to the increase to 31%, as the CMIE survey had said. Sir, the structural reasons can be that first is 18% of the state is GDP comes from agriculture, and 45% of the people are involved in agriculture. So a lot of disguised unemployment takes place. Secondly, sir, the skilling infrastructure is less in Haryana. So the new kinds of jobs, such as in the service sector that are coming up, they are primarily located in Faridabad and Gurgaon district only. So more than 50% of the GSDP comes from these two districts only. So the skewed regional development. So a lot of districts face the issue of unemployment. Sir.
Okay, and what is government doing to improve it?
Sir, government is taking a multi-pronged approach from the education level to the skilling level. Uh, in the education level, ROE model schools as well as the vocational education is being given. In the skilling sector, Vishwakarma universities as well as PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana is being implemented. And sir, new centers of excellence are being opened up for the new kinds of jobs such as in the service sector.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, there is an issue between Punjab and Haryana regarding SYL.
Yes, sir.
So can you just explain me what is that? What is the issue all about?
Sir, the Ravi Bias rivers that flow, uh, Haryana claims that being the lower riparian state, it should get access to the Satluj and Satluj River water.
No,
But
Haryana, I don't think so, is a riparian state.
it's a lower riparian state. The Punjab is the riparian state.
Because Haryana don't, because the river don't enters Haryana.
Yes.
itself. So I don't think so in that regard it can be called as lower riparian state. I think
Okay,
you need to check about it.
okay, sir.
Okay, just continue with the answer.
So the Supreme Court, the Rajiv Gandhi government had said that some part of the Satluj River water should be linked to the Yamuna River, so that the irrigation in the Haryana can be, because 13 out of 22 districts are groundwater distressed in Haryana. But the Punjab claims that the amount of water flowing in Satluj has declined right now, so it itself is not being able to cater to its water needs, so it cannot um, give water to Haryana. So Supreme Court had formed a tribunal in this, and it had said Haryana has already built its 22-kilometer stretch, and Punjab is not making its 90-kilometer odd stretch, so the issue is still remaining.
So what is the solution for that?
So first solution can be that fresh surveys have to be done on the amount of water that is flowing there, and based on evidence, we may allot the water. If it is found that enough water is there, then the Punjab government should abide by the Supreme Court judgment.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, recently in news it was seen that the BRICS nation or BRICS as a bloc is losing its relevance in the geopolitics because of the rivalry between India or China, because they are not coming well together. So, what is your view on that? Is it still relevant or is it losing its relevance?
Sir, the India-China issue is definitely there, but to my mind, BRICS is still very relevant, sir, because it holds a lot of new members also have been added, such as the Iran, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Argentina, Ethiopia. So, sir, moreover, currency reserve agreement has also been signed, and BRICS is also, it now has 46% of the global oil production and 45% of the global GDP. So, in that way, in order to have a global South alliance, BRICS is very relevant, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. That's all from my side, sir. If you want to ask any question.
Uh, no, sir, I'm done. Okay, Ayush, we are done with your interview. So
Thank
just
you.
stay online for 3-4 minutes. We will
Okay.
give you the feedback and we'll take your questions if you do have any for us.
Okay.
Ayush,
Yes, sir.
okay. So how was your interview according to you?
Sir, it was okay, sir.
Okay, it went well. Okay. So Ayush, see, you are good to go on in the content part, right? Most of the answers are you have given, they were correct. Okay. You were sure about your hobby. That was good, you know. But the one thing from my side that you need to prepare some answer because you will make a continuously trajectory in your career path,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Because IIT BHU is itself is a premier institute, right? You need to
Yes.
justify this thing because
Mm-hmm.
you are vying to become a civil servant and you have a very good tendency. You have a strong intuition that you will become one, right?
Yes, sir.
So justify this thing also, right? Okay. Anyhow, if you don't get into the executive thing, then also that I will take this up job and we'll learn so many things and all these things, right? You need to justify this thing.
Yes, sir.
You cannot outright reject that I am just vying for the executive thing, and if I don't get selected in the executive, I might try for the CSC, UPSC, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
And the second most important thing is that you speak, just take a few pauses. You speak in a very speeder way, right?
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा सा आपको एक pauses लेने
Just frame your answer,
just
take
take
a pause. And
Yes.
one thing that I like to add that if anything you are skeptical about or you are not sure about, just outrightly say them in start only that I am not aware about that thing.
Okay, sir.
Because if you will be bluffing or if you will not be sure, they will easily make out that you are bluffing on that, and that gives a very negative impression. Otherwise, I think everything was just in right place, and you will definitely score very high in interview.
Thank you, sir.
don't worry, you are most probable candidate.
Yes, because your
And
range in all the topics which I have asked, you were politically correct. The answers were balanced. There were no as such biases in that. You have a good command over the facts and data, which you quote profoundly in your answers. So I think that's more than sufficient. That is required to score well.
Thank you, sir.
so don't worry, and you'll go in an interview with a with not a beards, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'll shave that today.
Okay, yeah, sure. You need to do that. Okay. Rest everything was fine, and most probably you get selected. Don't worry. Let's see what you'll take.
Any question if you want to ask.
Sir, this question only that what if you get the allied services? So I have to say that I said that I'll do my best in those jobs as well.
Yes, you are fine. See, you are not sure that you are going to, you can't demean any job. Everything is equal. So you say that I am more than happy to work in that job,
Yes.
and I will give my full commitment to that job.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And if they ask that, will you be going for civil services like UPSC, if you are going to, just say that because it is human tendency to aspire for,
To
because
grow.
it will, don't demean, again, don't put HCS in negative light. Just
Hmm.
say because I will be getting more opportunities, more diversity, and more wider canvas to perform. So in that regard, I will take my chances. But at the same time, I will take care that my current job is not hampered.
Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Ayush. We'll meet you once you will get selected. Right.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
the best to you.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
all the best, Ayush.
Okay.